morning, children. In this video we will discuss the secondary growth in dicotyledon stem, or we can say the dicot stem. As we know, the growth of the root and the stem lengthwise. This is the upper part stem, this is the underground part root. Here the apical meristem is present. The apical meristem is responsible for the length of the plant. The apical meristem, meristem means meristematic tissue, the actively dividing tissue. They are responsible for the plant in lengthwise. In the dicotyledon plants, apart from the primary growth, this is called primary. The primary growth means the apical and apical meristem at the root or stem increase the length of the plant. The apical meristem increase the length of the plant. This is due to the primary tissues. In dicotyledon stem, the secondary growth take place with the help of vascular cambium. The vascular cambium that is found in the vascular bundle. This is the stripes of the cambium, vascular cambium present between the phloem and xylem. This is the primary xylem. The inside the primary xylem and the outside is primary phloem is there. And this strip, the red one, is called vascular cambium. And the core cambium and lateral meristem responsible for the girth, to increase the girth of the plant. Girth or diameter are due to the secondary tissues. The secondary tissues that increase the diameter of the plant, that increase the girth of the plant. I have to discuss previously in the last video the primary xylem and primary phloem. The cambium is present. This cambium is meristematic in nature, and here the medullary rays, the primary medullary rays are radially arranged. These are the medullary rays are present already. These medullary rays become meristematic and form the interfascicular cambium. This cambium between the primary and secondary, primary xylem and primary phloem, this is intrafascicular cambium. Intrafascicular cambium. The interfascicular cambium develop between the two vascular bundle. So I am drawing here this diagram. The interfascicular cambium. This one, the intrafascicular cambium. The meristematic tissues form the interfascicular cambium. Interfascicular cambium. Don't get confused between the two. This is between the primary and secondary xylem. Primary xylem and primary phloem. This is the xylem and phloem. Primary xylem and primary phloem. And between the two vascular bundle is interfascicular cambium. Now the primary xylem and primary phloem, the meristematic tissues become, cambium become meristematic and form the secondary phloem outside and secondary xylem inside. So the new tissues which are formed outer side the cambium bud off. The cambium give rise, form the secondary phloem outside and secondary xylem inside. Secondary phloem is there, secondary xylem is there. Just about the secondary phloem, the primary phloem is already there. But the activity of the cambium that form the secondary xylem inside the growth of secondary xylem is more than the secondary phloem. So the secondary xylem push inside and the secondary phloem push outside, that push the outer tissues periphery, towards the periphery. Now we see the tissues in the sequence in the primary growth or in the secondary growth. Now we write the tissues in the primary growth or the secondary growth. The interfascicular cambium is already formed. The cambium form the outside secondary phloem. This is the secondary phloem and secondary xylem, secondary phloem and secondary xylem. The cambium is generally more active than the inner side than the outside. So the primary and secondary phloem soon forms a compact mass. The primary and second phloem get gradually crushed due to the continued formation of the secondary xylem. The secondary xylem push the primary and secondary phloem towards the outside and it is crushed towards the periphery. Now in the primary tissues we will see the outside epidermis, then hypodermis, cortex is there, then endodermis, pericycle, primary xylem, primary phloem. Outside primary phloem, this one, the cambium ring is there, primary xylem is there, and pith. When the secondary growth take place, the tissues here the same. The epidermis is there, hypodermis is there, cortex is the same, endodermis is the same, pericycle is the same. Now the primary phloem remain as such, then the secondary phloem, then cambium, secondary xylem, primary xylem, and pith. The secondary xylem pushed inside, so the pith size is reduced. So this is the activity of the vascular cambium. Now we see the lateral meristem. Now we see the core cambium, activity of core cambium. I have drawn the rough diagram here. The secondary growth is showing here. Epidermis, hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, medullary rays, primary phloem, secondary phloem, cambium, secondary xylem, primary xylem, and here the pith. These tissues are formed, the secondary xylem and secondary phloem is formed due to the activity of the vascular cambium. As the stem continues to increase in the girth, due to the activity of vascular cambium, the outer tissues, the epidermis and the cortex. The epidermis and cortex get broken and need to be replaced for the protection. So the cortex, some tissues of the cortex, sooner or later the another meristematic tissues develop in the cortex. So these tissues are called cork cambium. These meristematic tissues in the cortex form the cork cambium. They develop in the cortex, made of narrow, thin walled, nearly rectangular. The cork cambium is also called phallogen. This is meristematic in nature. It gives the new cells outside and the inside. It forms the outside the phloem tissues. Here the new tissues are formed. This is the phloem. And the inside it phloem, pH. And the inside the cork cambium, the new tissues is phloderm. Phloderm, that also called the secondary cortex. So the cork cambium, that is phallogen, give rise the new tissues outside. It is called phloem. Inside the cork cambium, it forms the phalloderm. These are the newly formed cells by the activity of the phallogen. The phloem, phallogen and phalloderm. Combinedly, the three tissues form the periderm. Phloem, phallogen and phalloderm combinedly form the periderm. Due to the activity of the cork cambium, the pressure builds up to the remaining layers of periphery to the phallogen, and ultimately these layers are dyed and sawed off. It looks like pieces, ruptured tissues, and form the bark. Now we discuss the bark. Due to the activity of phallogen, the outer peripheral tissues get ruptured, sawed off, and remain as a ruptured tissues. So now we see again the activity of the cork cambium and the tissues lying in the sequence. Now these are the tissues of the primary growth. Primary growth, that is due to the meristematic tissues. Primary tissues are epidermis, hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, primary phloem, secondary phloem, cambium, secondary xylem, primary xylem and pith. The cambium form the secondary phloem. Here the primary xylem, and here the secondary phloem. The cambium form the secondary phloem and secondary xylem. This cambium form these tissues and this one. The secondary xylem and secondary phloem are formed by the activity of cambium. Now we see the activity of cork cambium. Epidermis, hypodermis, cortex, these are sawed off. They are pushed and crushed and removed. Now the outer layer is cork. Cork that is formed by the activity of the cork cambium. The cork cambium meristematically divide. The outer form it form the phloem, core, and the inner side it form the cortex. And these three tissues combinedly form the periderm. Now the cork is the outer layer. Previously in the primary tissue, the epidermis was the primary layer, outer layer. Now the primary layer is outer layer is cork. Now the endodermis, pericycle, primary phloem, secondary phloem, cambium, secondary xylem, primary xylem, and the pithless or later the no pith is there. Now we will see the bark. The bark is a non-technical term. The bark is a not the tissues, not the cell. It is a non-technical term given to all layers outside the vascular cambium. Means these tissues outside the vascular cambium, these tissues are form the bark. That is, it is not the particular tissues, the tissues which are found outside the cambium, vascular cambium. Secondary phloem, primary phloem, pericycle, endodermis, secondary cortex, core cambium and cork. These tissue form the bark. Now, the remaining is the hardwood and the sapwood we will discuss. Now, the hardwood and sapwood we will discuss. On the basis of location, the wood is of two types, the hardwood and sapwood. In the center of the wood, hardwood is there. Towards the periphery, the sapwood is there. As the old trees, in the old trees, the greater part is the secondary xylem. That is formed by the activity of vascular cambium. Is dark in color. The secondary xylem, that is hardwood, it is dark in color due to the deposition of substances like resin, oil, gums, essential oils, resin, gums, essential oil, aromatic substances deposited that make the hardwood hard, or duramen. We call it duramen. So the resin comprises dead elements with highly lignified wall. The deposition of lignin is there in the xylem. So highly lignified wood is hardwood or duramen that is found in the center. It is more durable, it is more resistant to pest and insect or microorganism. It means it is not attacked by the insect or microorganism. The more durable is there, the hardwood. In the peripheral region, the secondary xylem is lighter in color. This is dark in color and this one the lighter in color. And towards the periphery, it known as sapwood. The sapwood is not help involved in the sapwood is help in the conduction of water. Conduction of water, but the hardwood is not help in the conduction of water from the root to the leaf, है ना. It does not conduct because it is the dead tissues, and the sapwood help in conduction of water, and the hardwood and sapwood are there. It provides the support to the plant parts, है ना, because the hard part is there, the durable part is there, so it helps in the support of, it provides the support to the plant and does not help in the conduction of water. So this chapter is the secondary growth, the anatomy of the plant, flowering plant is finished.